This is North Dakota Today.
Good morning, happy Wednesday. I'm Marlon Mayhew.
I'm Anna Johnson.
And this is North Dakota Today.
And halfway through the week.
Yes.
And Wednesday, favorite day, because it's DIY. We love it.
Love it.
Love the DIYs. We got a really good one today, and this one is for Dad. And it's something that, in theory, you can do today as long as Hobby Lobby doesn't run out of supplies. So.
Right. And I love that you brought Dad into this because it's going to be a hot, scorching Father's Day, 100 degrees, as Lisa Green tracked the weather. It's coming, guys.
That's just nuts.
Yes.
And did you expect this, I guess, is my question, as somebody that's kind of transplanted to Fargo from somewhere else? Did you expect these like swings? It's like -40, now it's 100, and...
Let me tell you, Fargo. You guys are dubbed the Windy City. I give you guys that. The wind gusts are astronomical. The windshield temperatures during the winter were like frigid.
Yeah.
And it's hot. So you guys have the best of all seasons. So I'm actually loving the different aspects, but the humidity I can deal without.
I was actually talking to Valley News Live's Justin Betty yesterday, because he's also a transplant. He did come from the Midwest, so I don't know. But anyway, he was
I think he's from
surprised.
Syracuse.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay. He was saying that it's interesting to him that every time we get a weather report since he's been here, it's like, oh, this is just an extreme. This is not ordinary. And he's like, but you've literally said that about every single weather report. So maybe Fargo just doesn't have an ordinary. Maybe it's always like,
Yeah, it's very volatile because, you know, we're in the Dust Bowl of America. There's nothing really to substand the winds or the humidity, you know, in the places that have like skyscrapers, you know, you can absorb some of the atmospheric pressures. So
that's true. And deforestation, you know, as housing developments are moving in, we're getting rid of trees, and trees help block winds and things. So it's like,
and create oxygen.
A product of our own making a little bit. So save the trees, I guess.
Yes.
So you have a little less wind.
Oh my goodness. So what are you watching?
You know, I did start The Lincoln Lawyer. There's a movie, The Lincoln Lawyer.
Okay.
There's a TV show now.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think, gosh, I'm so terrible at this. It's on Netflix or Prime. You know, one of the streaming ones.
Yes.
It's interesting. The casting choice, I wouldn't necessarily have made all the casting choices. There's one person you will recognize from other shows. Otherwise, the people that are cast with her, I'm just like, that's so, okay, sure, we're going with that person. Doesn't make sense in the plot, but it's fine. But actually, so far, it's been very interesting.
That's awesome.
So I'm like, okay, we're only like 2 episodes in, so it'll take time for me to really adjust and decide if I love it, but it's interesting. How about you?
I've been watching The Offer. So The Offer is this very vivid depiction of how The Godfather was made. So it's like a really nice cast, and they're really going through like the cat scene, like why the cat was there, and you know, it gives you an inside look on Francis Ford Coppola's mind and his director, what is that called? Emphasis on, you know, making The Godfather. So it's definitely something to check out. It's called The Offer.
It's interesting too, because the people that are very good at what they do in those situations are people that really understand the importance of symbolism.
Yes.
And getting things in, and like even some of my favorite shows, Psych, you know, that's one of my favorite shows. Every episode has a pineapple hidden in it. And I just love that it's just a cute little hunt that you always just make when you're watching the show.
Yeah, you're just like looking for the pineapple. Do you watch Suits? Have you ever seen Suits?
I have seen Suits. I don't think I've seen it all the way through, but I did. Gosh, I have a few seasons at least.
I always put those two together, Psych and Suits.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because weren't they both on USA?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I know, and there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Beetlejuice is doing kind of a reboot with Winona Ryder still in it. And then, of course, The Addams Family, Wednesday Addams is coming out.
With Christina Ricci doing a cameo.
Like,
right?
I'm excited.
I used to love
that. These are things from like our childhoods that we are nostalgic about, and now we get to kind of watch the reboot of it. So it's almost like I've aged with Christina Ricci, you know?
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, or Winona Ryder, right?
Da-da-da-da.
Actually, Winona Ryder did an interview the other day where she was saying, like, I was not pretty in the 80s. No one was pretty in the 80s. We all just looked weird in the 80s, and I was like, same girl.
I was only there for 1 year.
Well, that must have been wonderful for you.
It counted. But I liked her in Heathers. Do you remember that movie, Heathers?
I do remember it. I didn't see it, but I do remember the movie.
Such a great movie with Winona Ryder, Christian Slater, and they were just like a Sid and Nancy kind of couple, and they took that high school by storm. So
I love Christian Slater. What happened? Where did he
Right?
go?
Where did he go?
He just disappeared.
where did you go?
But he's one of those people that you remember and you're like, gosh, I really like that guy.
Yeah.
He's so good. Interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of actors like that where I'm very nostalgic and I'm like, they're awesome.
Well, speaking about nostalgic, I would like to speak about the saloons and the Western wear that we're going to be wearing in about a
Very
week.
excited.
We're going to Medora once again, guys. It's going to be an amazing live show. We have the Pitchfork event. What else do we have?
Oh, yes. So we're going to do the musical Pitchfork Fondue. We're going to spend some time with Teddy Roosevelt because it's a very cool history throwback. Also, he's just a neat guy. We're going to go hiking with him.
I can't wait.
We're going to explore the town. There's so much to the town. It's just a wonderful tourist area, but everyone that works in the town lives in the town, so they're like a family, and it's just a great environment. Love that place.
Medora.
Maybe we're going to end up in some sort of...
I would love to see a reenactment of like a duel.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
You know, there might be in the show.
Yeah.
Every year they kind of mix up the show. There might be something in it this year. We're going to give you a little bit of tidbit of that. You don't get to
Yes.
watch the show, but we'll watch us watching the show. So that's close, right?
Right?
But the pitchfork fondue, if you've never had steak cooked on a pitchfork, deep fried, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
I'm hungry.
We're always
It's
hungry for it,
time.
right? We're hungry. But a lot more show to come up.
Yes.
But first, your local steals and deals.